Well, hello guys, this is your girl Diva Fashionista, and long time no holla. I know. This is a review of the movie Superfly, and I am a bit late, 3 to 4 weeks to be exact. I did see this movie on the day it released, but I just didn't get around to filming. Life happens. Life happens. It happens. And whenever I'm on the fence of whether or not I should film a video, I usually go to look to see if there's any videos out in the same, same type of video already out. And I did watch one video, and I was just like, that always seems to happen to me. Is just like, oh gosh, this is not a review. Let me get my review popping. So shout out to everyone who did thorough reviews on this. The one that I stumbled across was not a thorough review. So I wrote me some notes here, and hopefully if this is your first time seeing me, I'm going to butcher somebody's name, and I'm going to call somebody what the hell I want to call them. That's just what it is. But I do want to get this open dialogue about this movie going. Feel free to leave your questions or comments down below, your opinion. If you saw the movie, if you plan on seeing the movie, how'd you like it? I like to get that all popping. Yeah, let's just talk about this movie. This movie is a remake of the 1970s, I want to say 75-ish movie Superfly. And it kind of stuck to the same type of feel. I do remember seeing Superfly, the original movie. It is Hubster's, one of his favorite movies. I think he played it to me one day while I was pregnant, and hallelujah, thank God, we actually even had the original movie poster on our wall, and it fell, and his cheap behind was too cheap to go and buy a new frame, so thank God for that. But I do remember seeing it and not really being interested. It wasn't my jam. And the thing with this movie, Superfly, is a cult classic. It is a cult classic. So I don't know if people are staying away from the remake because they're feeling like, don't mess with a classic. If the classic is already good, leave it alone. I don't know if that's why they're shying away from it, or if it's just that the marketing isn't too good. Now, the marketing for this movie is not the greatest. It was advertised to me on Instagram. That's how I heard about this movie. If that's how the producers or the people behind this film are marketing or chose to just market this film, I think that is a big fail on their behalf, because there's people who I'm pretty sure they're aware that there's people who don't have Instagram. But it caught my attention because the leading actor, with Mr. I'm gonna have to read it because in my head he is little dude from Grownish. That's who he is. Like, when I saw it, I was like, who gave Lil Ninja from Grownish a starring role? Like, who cast him? I don't know. I was a little skeptical, I think a little hesitant, because he is so young. In my head, he's 18, 19-ish. He's a little kid. So to see him in such a mature, sophisticated, and sexy role was kind of confusing. I was just like, should say his name, Trevor Jackson playing young blood priest. I was just like, I was confused. I'm like, I'm looking at him like that, and I don't know if I should be looking at him like that. His hair didn't bother me. It bothered some people. He is natural. I actually do watch Grownish, so he's natural. So I'm pretty sure it was like a press type of situation, a little flat iron situation going on there. I'm hoping he didn't go out for the full out perm, but it's just hair. Cut it, goes back. But I just thought he was so sexy. I did not like his clothing. It was too tight. I'm not into the super tight clothing. I don't know how he was doing black flips and dodging Matrix style bullets and all type of stuff in them tight ass clothes without ripping or spraining anything, but he was doing it. He pulled it off. I do believe he was believable. He acted his ass off. He did a good job in the role, but I just found myself conflicted. I was conflicted. I was like, Little Ninja could get it, and yeah, I don't think I wanted to go away thinking that. His right hand man being Eazy-E, I gotta read his name, Jason Mitchell, from Sherlock Holmes, and he's had numerous roles since then. He's a brilliant actor as well. He did a very good job as the comic relief slash his right hand man. There was a lot of moments, like Priest was so straightforward and straight laced, so to get, you know, Jason just acting a fool and just being what you think is a stereotypical gangster, like it was just like, all right, it was funny, and it was good. He did a good job. What I will say about this movie, that this is a shoot 'em up bang bang. This is what I was advertising on Instagram. I thought that I knew there was going to be some type of gunplay, but I thought that Priest was going to figure out how to scam Bitcoin. And I think had that been the premise of the movie, I think people may have been more attracted to the movie, because it's like, oh, this is something new and different. I got a straight up gangster flick, and that's not what I was expecting. I don't know, maybe there was disconnect. Again, the marketing left much to be desired, so I really didn't understand or know that going in that this was Boys in the Hood 2018 or something like that. Like I was just like, oh, okay. I didn't really get such a feel of like what the original was about, but then again, I wasn't really too interested in the original, but I didn't really get that type of feel. I think it was a complete departure. I think it was its own thing. The movie was directed by Director X, I believe. Director X, which I know him from directing videos. So it did have a hip hop feel. It did feel, you did get the, especially in the beginning, like we were on the set of a hip hop video, you know, in the club, and the rival, which they don't start off as a rival gang. They start off as just this street gang over here, they're doing their thing, and then we're over here, we're doing our thing. It is a mutual respect. We see each other and we're cool. They're the Snow Patrol, but I wound up calling them the Flurries. I don't know what I was calling them by the end of the movie. The Snow Patrol. They were a larger than life crew. They wear all white at all times. They were a big mud. The leader of the crew was a Rick Ross-esque character, which is crazy because we then later on see Rick Ross being Rick Ross, like playing Rick Ross himself, but it wasn't Rick Ross. He was another gangster in the movie. That was kind of confusing. But I just want to know where they found all these white guns, white everything. It was just white on white on white. It was a whiteout, complete whiteout in a club. Like it was just, it was cute. It gave definitely just a definite hip hop feel. They stuck with their theme. What wasn't believable to me as someone looking in just John Q public, I would want to say to the police, there go your bad guys. They right there. They not hiding. They out in plain sight, and all this white all day every day. Go make your arrest. They right there. For me, that was just weird. That was just odd that any crime syndicate would want that much attention. Was totally weird. Another thing that kind of stood out for me was Priest having 2 women. Now, I don't remember Superfly, the original, had 2 women, but my man said he did have 2 women as well. A white girl and a black girl. I think that's what my man said. So seeing that was it was a little, I guess it was okay, but it was a little disappointing. I'm like, you just gonna just spreading all that little young love around like that? But he really plays it up convincingly, and it's a scene where they get into an argument and the girls turn on him, and I'm just like, that's just typical of a woman. I don't care who you think you are, what type of man, we're definitely gonna have each other's back. So that was really a cool scene to see. We see Big Boy as the mayor. And I did like to see him in a different role besides him trying to be the gangster or him still trying to just hold on to youth. It was nice to see Big Boy as the mayor of Atlanta. We see Michael K. Williams. Now, my man told me he told me the name. I did not watch this show. He told me the name of the show where he played a drug dealer, and I just went blank. So y'all can leave that down below. So it was kind of the same character to me. So he was believable in that role. We've seen him do it before. What else can I say stands out? Oh, the troublemaker, which if I can remember, the antagonist, yeah. The antagonist of this movie would be Mr. Kalan. I don't know what I wrote. He played Juju. Juju could have been Tiger to me. Like, they could have cast Tiger in that role. I guess, did Tiger, did you audition for that role? Because the same type of guy, same type of feel, just can't trust him. Always got to keep that shifty eye on him. But Juju was just a troublemaker and a hater in this movie. Just started all the trouble. I did want to get into what I think they did well, which I guess the casting. To me, the casting was pretty good. I do like the setting of Atlanta. I do think I like the acting. What I didn't think was believable. One, these two major crime syndicates just operated. Even though Priest had some type of, you know, he kept his business on the low when he tried to go under the radar. And Priest was so smart. I love that about Priest, the character of Priest. He was just so smart, always thinking 2, 3, 4, 5 steps ahead. I did like that. But what I did not think was realistic, how he drove this big old flashy fast car, lives in a nice house, and same thing as with the snow flurries, the snow patrol. Like, that didn't seem realistic to me, that they would be able to amass this much success and just not get arrested, or no one had really any dire consequences. There's a part where his mentor, he squeezes out, as he says, he squeezes out his mentor, and that being the character the character of Michael K. Williams. I just didn't find that. I didn't find that believable. I didn't believe that someone could like almost be like a dad like figure to you, or just really just hold your hand and just be their mentor and just keep it 100 with you and just treat you in an honest way, and then you do them so greasy. It seemed like a complete departure from Priest's character. Priest, even though he's a street dude, seems like he's a good dude. So seeing him just do his man's dirty was kind of just weird to me. Another thing that just was not realistic is kind of how the movie wraps up. And I do not want to give like a spoiler of how the movie ends, but that was not realistic to me. It's a part where one character goes to like set the other character up, and it was just like, you wouldn't have got out of that alive. So that was not realistic to me. There is another character that, you know, causes a lot of conflict, which is Big Fat Freddy. Fat Freddy was problematic. He seems like the guy that everybody's going to have on their team. They down the ride for everything, but they just not all operating up here. Yeah, that was realistic. He gets pulled over by a dirty cop, and it was so funny because the cop is singing "You See Me Rolling," like the Chameleonaire song. Like, that was hilarious. Overall, yeah, I do think that this movie is worth seeing. I just don't think at this point people will go see it in the movie. I think most people are waiting for it to be the BET special of the week, or to be on Netflix. And I do support black cinema, so if you haven't seen it already, go out and see it. And if you are waiting, I do think that it's a good movie. I just don't know. I don't know if we can go from being queens and kings and Wakanda forever into back to shoot 'em up, bang bang. I don't know. This is my review of the movie. Please leave your thoughts and your comments down below. If you haven't already, please subscribe. And if I don't catch you, you will catch me in the next one, because she's coming. Yeah, I'm about to film again. All right, guys, later.